Hello, everyone, Street Fighter fans from around the world, and welcome back to another episode of Sets here on a Tuesday night. Yesterday was Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day to those of you who celebrate. Well, we are having a special. It is today on a Tuesday. I almost mixed myself up. That was crazy. But we are here as usual on Capcom Fighters, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. Let everybody know that we are back on the network and we're going to be throwing another exhibition your way. Myself, once again, will be the host, Jammerz. And of course, I can't do this by myself, but we are going to introduce him very shortly. We weren't on last week because something came up very last minute, so we had to cancel. We did put out a tweet, but usually when you mess up somebody's week, they think they transport to the year 2045 because they lose track of time. We just had to cancel last minute, and we had to come back with a bang, and that's what we're doing. Like I said, I can't do this by myself. I do have my trusty companions with me. Unfortunately, there's only one of them today.
Damn,
the
really?
Where's
my other man?
Yeah, the other one's doing a music video, and he didn't invite us. That's
exactly. I would have been a really good background dancer, I feel like.
Easily.
And I also
Look,
gotta...
I've got the hoodie, pom-poms and everything. I'm a great backup dancer.
I can do support sounds and everything. Like, I can do sound effects if you need, like, just, holla at your boy.
I'm telling you, man. But you know what? It's been a little while. It's been a minute. Olvaha, talk to me while we take the mick out of Veggey. How are you feeling tonight?
I'm feeling good, and I just wanted to point out, if you need someone to say that Dalsim is broken, busted, and brain dead, I can do that, man. Like, I've listened to Veggey long enough. I can definitely give you that Veggey impersonation if you want.
Oh, man. Well, listen, if you want sound effects or the Veggey impersonation, he is your guy. Veggey, there's a possibility he could be joining us tonight.
Yeah.
Something happened last minute. Like we said, he's doing a music video, but last minute he should be coming with us to talk about some Street Fighter and some more characters as well. But you know what? Let us make sure we are all on the same page. First of all, it's the run of show. This is what we're seeing first of all. Obviously, it's been a little while. We might have some new views tonight or people checking it out on the YouTube channel, Capcom Fighters on YouTube. It's how things generally happen on this show. For the first 15 minutes, we have a general talk, and there are quite a number of things to talk about in the next 10 to 12 minutes with Olvaha and myself. After that, we're going to bring in our guests. Now, our guests here, this is actually something that Veggey set up, so shout out to Veggey for bringing on our two guests tonight. And then once we have a chat...
brother.
Yeah, once we've had that chat and know a little bit more about them and a couple of things that have been happening to them in the past year and a half, year or so, we're going to be going straight to the first to 10, which if you don't want to stick around for the podcast, the dribble, the interesting stuff where I find out about people being actual people instead of who they think the top
names.
5 are in the game, you can go off now and come back at 2 p.m. PST at 10 p.m. GMT, and that is when the first to 10 will start. So that is basically a rundown of the show here. But Richard, please roll on the fight card so the people know who they're going to be watching tonight. We did advertise this a couple of days ago.
There you go.
But yes, ladies and gentlemen, we have returning guest 1080 hertz. I don't even know if it goes that high. 1080 hertz NYC Furby is joining us once again, and he'll be going up against Neon. Now, I personally haven't spoken to Neon at all, so this is going to be an interesting conversation. But I do remember seeing him at Final Round 2019 because I was there just as a fun little trip. I got invited out to go there, and I was around the event, playing some people, watching the CPT when it was the first premiere of that year. I think he's overall a chill dude and a great guy. So, I mean, we gotta talk to him and find out more about him. But I mean, hopefully you've got some questions for these guys and looking forward to it.
Dude, I got a whole wide list just waiting to get answers to my hot questions right here. So definitely, I'm prepared, man.
That's going to be interesting as well. Now, first off, well, should I say first off, we've already done it, but now, I don't know, we got to disturb the peace because somebody dropped a pebble into the ocean and it rippled between the waves. And it's been making people tweet so many different things that I'm kind of annoyed about because you're all bored, but it's these funky little numbers. We might be in maybe a sci-fi film or something, maybe Street Fighter sci-fi version. I don't know. Something's happening.
Oh my!
There's this weird countdown.
What is that?
I have no idea what it means.
Jammerz, what do the numbers mean?
Look, this could be the amount of days it takes for Dawson to be removed from Street Fighter 5. this could be the time where Cammy is no longer the best in the game. I don't know. For all you know, it could be Capcom versus SNK 3. I don't know.
Yo, that would be kind of fire,
Listen,
though, not gonna lie.
I'm just speculating. I want to say something else, but I'm probably going to get in trouble on the network if I do say it, so I'm not going to say it. But
Yeah.
it's a countdown. Let me
is.
talk to me. What are you thinking?
Dude, it's like you said, like I have my own kind of head theories, but it's nothing that I'm too sure about that I would be confident enough to say out loud. Like I'm just entertained by all these people who have been posting their wish lists, their theories, and like their whole copium-induced wild theories. I'm just here to enjoy all of that speculation, and if it's not that, it's gonna be even funnier, dude.
Well, look, you have to remember, right? You can speak things into existence. And with sometimes, hey, listen, sometimes with rumors come true from lies.
That is
right?
very true.
Now, it could be this case of we might get an Alex trailer. I don't know. We could get it. We could get it. I actually want, because it was on the Capcom USA Twitter account, not Capcom 5, it was on the Capcom USA account. They just put the link there, they just put an image saying countdown. I want everybody to get trolled. I really do want everybody to get trolled.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Honestly, that's the best thing. Like, if it's something hype, cool. If it's a troll, even better, because people are gonna be like, oh, I can't believe this and that happened. Like, it's gonna be fantastic, dude.
Mate, it could be anything, but please, please, please keep an eye on that countdown and keep an eye on this weekend. And speaking of this weekend, it's a very important one. Yes, the Capcom Pro Tour season final for 2021, the 2022 season will be happening in 2 days from now and going on for the next 4 days. As you can see, this is what the schedule is looking like. February the 17th, we've got the no neutral 5v5. Then we got February 18th is day 1 of exhibitions. Day 2 is February 19th for exhibitions. And February 20th is day 3 for the exhibitions as well. Yes, this is the alternative plan because Capcom Cup was originally cancelled. So this is what we're going to be provided. And of course, on the 17th, for the 5v5 No Neutral, these are the players involved. If you haven't been watching No Neutral, you can actually catch up with all No Neutral's topics and just footage in general. Courtesy of your boys Rob TV and Brian F, the host there. They have picked people they want to be a part of their teams, and this is going to be a very enjoyable team exhibition here. So Rob TV's team comprises of Shine, Chris CCH, Rob TV himself, IDOM, and NYC Furby, the guests we have on the show tonight. And Brian F's team, Smug, Punk, Nephew, and Just a Kid. This is a very interesting exhibition. Like, just by the names alone, I probably would slightly lean towards the side of Rob TV. But Brian F has got a very strong lineup there himself. I mean, what do you think about this lineup here? You got any predictions you want to talk about?
Jammerz, like you said, I would slightly lean towards Rob's team. It does have like the big names, but obviously we can't count out Brian F's team out. Like, certainly not. It has like Nephew, Just a Kid, Punk, Smug, all these great players, and like, even though they're not like necessarily the biggest names, they are still very well-known, very talented players. So in a team setting, it could go any way. So I'm definitely interested in seeing what's gonna happen, and I'm definitely gonna be catching up on this action that's upcoming this weekend.
Yes, so this will be happening 2 days from now. This will be happening on February the 17th. This will be the opener for the 4-day weekend, or 4-day long event for the CPT alternative for the season finals of 2021. Now, if you want to go to February 18th through to February 20th, these are the exhibitions you are going to be seeing on Capcom Fighters. Make sure you are tuned in. So day 1, as you can see, is going to be a South African exhibition, Australia, Southeast Asia, China, Russia, Eastern Europe, and South America West. Day 2, transitioning over, will be Western Europe, Central America West, Central America East, Brazil, Middle East, East Asia, and the UK and Ireland. And then, of course, for day 3, we're going to go to the Nordic Baltic region. We got North America Midwest. We got the France, Spain, and Portugal one. We got West America, West Coast, I should say. North America West, Japan, North America East, and a Japan one as well to close it out with Kawano and Daigo. So These are basically all the winners or runners-up of their events, respective events for the CPT Online season here. And it's going to be non-stop great action. Hopefully you guys can tune in and enjoy some great games again, because throughout these tough times in the past year and a half, 2 years, the guys that have been participating and putting on these exhibitions for you guys to still enjoy and keep that love that you've always had, that fire inside of you to play Street Fighter and still enjoy it, is still going to be there. So hopefully you guys can enjoy some more Street Fighter to end the 2021-2022 season. I mean, is there any day in particular you're looking forward to, or are you just like, overall, I'm loving all of it?
I just wanted to say in general that I really like how every day has these very varied regions. So we're gonna see definitely like talent all across the world, and the whole idea is very fun because obviously the qualifiers went how they did. Someone won and someone lost. But I'm interested in seeing if like these sets are gonna be somehow different. Are they gonna be similar? And I would really like to see and know how these players have prepared for this kind of an exhibition, because obviously they probably watched the WODs and how they did in the qualifiers. So I'm definitely interested if something will change on the scores here.
Well, I mean, we will definitely see. And I'm pretty sure if yourself, Olvaha, and the viewers at home, if you've been keeping up with Capcom Fighters on the Twitter account, they have been announcing a couple of sponsors. We haven't got any splash page for that because I saw them last minute. But there is the gamer glasses one, and then there's the food one, Arby's, that came out today, or was it yesterday?
Yeah, quoting that tweet, it's like, Meaty's just got a new meeting.
Well, maybe it did. Listen, I think more food sponsors should approach video games in general. I remember we did that with Gfinity in 2018 with Domino's Pizza. We just got free pizza every time we went there.
Damn,
so
dude, okay.
I think more people should do it. So you know what, that is pretty much that. But like, again, make sure you're on this channel here, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters, and enjoy the exhibitions. And of course, keep an eye out for the mysterious countdown. I don't know, we might get time travel to the year 2045 where it's going to be Street Fighter 12 and all zoners are removed and Zangief's the main character of the story.
Yo, that would be cool.
I didn't say anything. They didn't tell me this in the back 5 minutes before they said, don't you dare mention this. They did not say a word. Just keep it between you. I heard seagulls talking about what's going to be happening this weekend. So
yeah, the birds were whispering.
Take it how you will, essentially. Right. There's also one more thing we got to mention before we get the guests in, because I remember the Street Writer, shouts to Matt, he is watching this from his home elsewhere in the UK. He said, Jammerz, you got to mention this before we go. We do have a competition happening tonight. It's actually happening right now. Capcom Fighters did tweet it out as we announced this exhibition for tonight. Now, it is, I think there is another gaming headset on the line that is up for grabs for the winner. And of course, same rules as last time. You have to go on the Twitter account and you have to predict the score of tonight's exhibition. So you can go, I think Neon's going to win 10-4. And if you happen to be there amongst 3 other people, it's going to be random selected. We will be picking a random winner. It's first to 10. Can we please not have anyone saying, I think someone's going to win 7-3 in a first to 10?
Please someone say
do
that.
Not do that.
Please someone type that in the Twitch chat, please. I'm waiting for that comment.
As you can see, this is the headset you will be winning. If you don't have a headset and you're in need of a headset, then please get your chances. Go on the Twitter account, Capcom Fighters, find the tweet. Do you know what? If someone in the stream team can find the tweet and put it in the chat so that people can go directly to the link, that would be great as well. Perfect. You have until the exhibition starts. So you actually have another 29 minutes to predict something. If you want to change your mind, you can delete the tweet. I won't screen cap it and not use it later. But
also a very, sorry to interrupt,
go for it, please.
Jammerz, but a very important information just from Brian F. We received on the Twitch chat. Just to clarify, no neutral 5v5 teams have not been set. We are doing a live draft.
Okay, so thank you very much for clearing that up, because I actually thought the teams were decided. I saw 10 names. I saw them on different lines. So, okay. Oh, do you know what? Thank you very much for clarifying that with us, Brian F. there, and hope all is well with you.
That's going to make it even more interesting.
Well, I mean, he's got Tengu still on this side, so whoever's on his team, he's probably laughing. That's it. What should I do next? Indeed. I tell you what we should do next. I think we should bring in our guests and have a lovely chat with them. So,
Chatteroonie.
Stream team, if you let our guests know that they can unmute their mics so we can have a chat with them, this would be absolutely fantastic because I'm dying to know what Arturo is gonna, how Arturo is gonna defend his character and his monitor this time round. And I kind of want to.
And his controller.
What, has he got a different controller?
No, like I talked to him before we went live, and I'm definitely I have a question for him, so I will wait for that moment. But
all right, cool.
we will be hearing about his controller as well.
Perfect. Right. So have I got Neon and Arturo? Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Perfect. Lovely.
Fantastic.
So, gentlemen, thank you very much for coming on the show. Obviously, courtesy of Veggey talking to you both before we set this up prior. Neon, I did mention this while we were talking in the back. We haven't actually spoken before. We've been in the same vicinity, but we never actually spoke. So it's actually going to be a pleasure to talk to you because you have been around for a little while playing this game. And I'm very surprised your name doesn't get brought up as much as it should. So this is a very good time to know a little bit more about you and how you feel about the game. Arturo, here's another chance for you to defend you-know-who and you-know-what. That's it. So, obviously, my first question, I've got to direct it at Arturo because a lot of things have changed from the past time we had you on the show. Obviously, you've had some interesting performances. Not the best performances in your personal opinion. You wanted to achieve better. You've had some pretty good performances in the CPT Online. You've been pretty consistent in the NLBCs, and you've even caused Idem a couple of problems before he threw that curveball at you in the CPT second and final online. So this is a question direct at your character because I've got to hold it down for my boy Veggey. At peak performance, is Dhalsim one of the best characters in the game? The only reason I ask this is, again, this character gets spoken up all the time. Everyone's annoyed about him. Fudo put out a tier list today, and I think he said he's top 10 somewhere. Some people put him in the top 5, but I need to ask a Dhalsim specialist. At his absolute best, is he one of the best characters in the game?
Yeah, like he's definitely on the upper echelon of the tier list. I just don't know where. It seems like everybody's tier list has like characters all over the place, but they have a general assessment of like who's good and who's not. And yeah, I think Dhalsim's definitely good this season. Of course, you have to have like an optimal setup and stuff. Like it depends on how good your setup is, because you have to react. It's a reactionary character, so I'll say that much.
Okay. Now another thing I've got to ask you is, why did you stop playing Falk? Because there was a period of time where you were alternating between Sim and Falk, and then all of a sudden Falk just disappeared off the face of the earth. Sim is kind of good this season. Like I'm waiting for him to be good for 5 seasons. You know what?
Plus people were complaining about him. So why not pick him, right? You know, everybody says like he's busted, this and that, and they're scared of him, right? So
fair.
Stoke the flames. Stoke the flames.
You know what? That is absolutely crazy. Olvaha, you got any questions?
I do love Falk though. I definitely do love her. Like she's an awesome character.
Oh, for sure.
And shout out to everything that the Four Phils has done with her. He definitely taught me a lot, like about like how to actually play her and understand how she works.
Okay, fair play, and again, shouts to Four Phils as well. But Olvaha, you got any questions you want to? You've been dying to ask something. I know you have.
Yeah, I kind of have been dying. I'm gonna, jump straight into the deep end. We talked about Dhalsim being a reactionary character, and you told me a little bit about how you've kind of made changes to your controller. Can you tell a little bit about that?
Oh yeah. So I have a video on the Beast Coast FGC YouTube channel, which breaks down my entire methodology and what I do personally to drop the lag on my setup. So you mentioned the controller. So one of the things I do is, and this is not new or anything, people have been doing this for 20 years in like FPS. It's like I basically overclock my controller to 1000 hertz, and by doing that, right?
Do you hear yourself right now?
Yeah. I hear myself. Like it has to be said. It has to be said. Since like we're mostly all playing online these days, and everybody wants the best setup they possibly can have. So I overclock my controller. Like that. Depending on the PCB I use, it can drop like half a frame to a frame. It depends on which controller you have. But doing that yields some pretty optimal results. I have to say, on top of everything else.
That is wild.
Unlimited power.
Yeah, unlimited power.
Do you know what? My mind is blown. Do you know what I do? I just plug in a stick. I just turn on the PC, and I'm just like, look, if I can anti-edge today, that's good. If I can't,
Yeah.
that's that. I didn't know it got that deep, but.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That's actually the first time I've heard anyone, like, I've heard all about these Hertz talk about monitors and setting up your like USB ports and all that kind of stuff, but like overclocking your controller, that's the first for me.
Like, that's 5
people do it in like FPS all the time. You know, there's 8,000 hertz mice out there. You know, it's actually a thing that people OC mouse and keyboard. So why not do it for joysticks? And like, I find when I do all of these things, a lot of the issues I had with Street Fighter V are now gone. It's great. Like, it actually feels very responsive.
Okay, so before I move on to Neon, because I've got a couple questions for him, I'm going to ask an impromptu question for you, Furby. If, supposedly, hypothetically speaking, if the entire direction of the FGC was to change, let's say in an ideal world where you'll go to offline events or PC setups and you can customize things to a certain degree, do you think more people should consider changing their controllers for a better benefit? If that's a good way to articulate the question. Has he disappeared? Have we lost him? We might have lost him. I don't know. He was there and he just disappeared.
Lord Arturo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Still here.
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Did you hear my question or not?
Yes, I heard
Okay.
your question. So when you say that, do you mean do you mean changing the controller method or the overclocking I just mentioned?
Probably the
Or both?
overclocking part.
Oh yeah. Like I definitely think everybody should do it. Since like I said, like again, you know, it gives you a more consistent experience across all controllers, like joysticks, hitbox, pads, whatever. And you know, it's a commonly accepted thing at this point. You know, not only with FPS. I'll give you another example. So you know, at a lot of the FGC majors, people play on arcade boards and stuff. They bring out their super guns and stuff, and they plug in their controllers. So those controllers themselves are actually overclocked to 1,000 hertz, and people don't even realize it.
Damn.
That's why they can play on them. Yeah. So like, it's not anything new.
Okay.
I'm saying.
Well, it's new to me because I've never heard of it before.
Yeah, it's new to me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's great. But you know what? Thank you for like listening.
Forbidden methods.
It's not forbidden if he's known about it for this long and people don't, but it's just something that people glance over. But I appreciate Arturo always like dropping the knowledge on us because we need to know about this stuff.
Of course.
Now, go on. If you want to say something quickly.
It's just that like we were mostly console, you know, until the pandemic happened, so we didn't have to think about it.
Okay,
Yeah, that's all.
He's true. Speaking of consoles, because I remember I was talking to Neon earlier. Neon, you are still playing on console, right?
I am, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. So I'm going to ask you, why have you not changed over to PC gaming in general? Has there been any reason, or are you not fussed about it?
Well, I don't really play anything except for Street Fighter, so like, yeah, I can't really justify spending so much money on a PC just to play this game.
No, okay, do you know what? Fair play, and I respect that. Now, another question. Do you know what? Perfect. The guys put it on screen right now. I think it was a couple of years ago now, but you picked up Menat, and you've stuck with her for quite some time. What made you pick up Menat?
Season 4, Chun-Li, I think. Chun, Colleen, terrible matchup for Colleen. And I consistently kept losing to Terrence. Shout outs to Terrence, by the way. Local Chun here. Yeah, I just got tired of losing to him, so I'm like, I'm gonna pick up Menat to join Chun. And it's taken me a while to get consistent with her, but we're slowly getting there.
Okay. Is it safe to say at this point, Menat is your main and Colleen's the sub now, or is Colleen still the main character for you? Because people, for me at least anyway, you are known predominantly for your Colleen. I listen, I remember your performance in Arcade Edition when the V-Trigger 2 just came out. So who is the main character for Neon right now?
I like to think of it as like 50-50 right now. I enjoy both equally. They're both really fun to play.
Okay.
So I don't know.
I mean, listen, we can have dual mains. I think a lot of people at this point have dual mains as well. But again, I was just very curious. I'm like, because after watching you play Colleen for so long and then gravitate towards Menat, completely different playstyle. Like you said, it did take a while to get used to it. But I think I see more... correct me if I'm wrong. I see you having fun more with Menat. Probably because of the expression she has over Colleen. Am I wrong?
Yeah, it's so much fun, like, just getting to freestyle with V-Trigger 1. and she's just really, really fun.
Okay, nah, I
I
respect
don't think
it.
I'd enjoy her as much as I have.
Yeah, no, you got to respect it because at this point in time, it's all about having fun since there's no like offline season. So, listen, respect
Right,
for you
right.
for making for picking up Menat and sticking with it. Now, another question I got to ask because I did mention offline competition. Correct me if I'm wrong. You didn't enter any of your online CPTs. Is that correct?
Not this past year, I didn't. I meant to enter the last one, the last NACPT. I just forgot. I missed the deadline.
Okay, that's fine. Because we were obviously talking about this before, and you mentioned something about, you know, I kind of wanted to take a step back and be a viewer, a stream monster, as they say these days. I mean, how has it been watching, you know, the competition or the community change during the pandemic for you? Because again, you were pretty active before all of this, and then like every so often I'd see your name in like Veggey's chat on his stream, shouts to Veggey, and I see your name here and there, but I'm like, whatever happened to Neon? Like I said, your name's not on people's lips right now, but you are a solid player.
Right. Well, a big part of taking a break was picking up Menat and trying to learn her. I didn't want to enter any tournaments before I thought I had her ready, and it just took longer than I expected.
Okay. Well, I mean,
I'm
that's
slowly, yeah, like I said, I wanted to enter this past one because I thought I was like at that level where I could possibly do well with her, but I just forgot.
All right, listen. I've seen people forget to sign up. I think
Oversleep.
No, you know
and
what?
all
So
this.
Rushdown was gonna miss the tournament if Shax didn't wake him up. And
Yeah.
Rushdown ended up
I
coming
think
second
there's
place.
yeah.
So,
I think there's a few other examples who might have overslept as well, so
No.
it's definitely not uncommon.
well, yeah. Listen, it happens, and you're at home, and because you're at home, there's
Exactly.
there's less obligation, mainly because it's
like you wake
free. And it's like, yeah, there's prize money to win, but because you didn't travel, you didn't pay the registration fee, you just had to probably send a fake picture of your internet connection. Some people did that.
And you
I'm
have
saying-
Dalsim in your bracket.
Well, it's lots of variables, but you know, it's essentially that's how it goes. So now I gotta ask a question mainly for Neon, but I do want to get Arturo's opinion on this as well, because Neon, we haven't really spoken at all. But what is your overall opinions on Street Fighter V right now, with the inclusion of V-Shift? You know, the changes that happened before 2021, you know, stuff like that. What is your overall thoughts on the game right now?
I think the game is at a pretty good place right now, except for Luke. Oh, please no
Oh
offense.
my.
Okay. You mentioned Luke. Talk to me about Luke a bit more. Why do you think Luke is the problem?
Okay, he's just crazy. That fireball is insane. Maybe it's because I'm on PS4, but I cannot react to that thing at all.
Oh, don't worry. PC players can't react to that
worry,
either.
yeah,
PC players
it's
can't
not
react to
any
that
better.
either. Okay.
Okay, I'm like, yeah, I'll walk and block. Nope, get hit in the face.
Oh, that's fine. But do you know what? Obviously, you mentioned that briefly, that brief thing about Luke. But yeah, please continue. I mean, you got any thoughts about V-Shift as well? Has that helped you in your gameplay? Has that been a
V-Shift.
hindrance or what?
I mean, it's like a double-edged sword. On one hand, it helps me like escape situations I don't want to be in. But on the other hand, it does the same to my opponent. And Colleen and V-Trigger, she's got a bunch of setups where V-Shift just completely like nullifies it.
Okay. Interesting.
Hey, speaking of V-Shift, I wanted to ask you at this point, we have a balance patch coming up. Would you like to see any changes for V-Shift?
For V-Shift?
Yeah.
The one thing I would probably say is if you successfully land a V-Shift, probably not get half a bar back. I
Exactly.
think that'd be fair.
I love you, Neil.
That's pretty
I love
fair.
you, Neil.
That's pretty fair.
Because everyone, we're good. I'm glad we're all on the same page. Arturo, do you agree with that, or you got other opinions on V-Shift about how you change it?
Yeah. Just although like I just feel a successful V-Shift should basically take only 25 meter, but not cost 50 meter, if that makes sense.
Wait, hold on.
So I'm basically like sort of in agreement with you. Like I don't want the meter gain, but I want a successful V-Shift to take 25 gauge instead of 50.
Okay.
Yeah.
That so you want it to cost less? That's what you're saying?
Yes, on a successful one. That's basically keep it the way it is now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep it the way it is now. I'm fine with it the way it is now.
Let me. Sorry, he's actually lost me. Hold on. Let me envision this in my head. So if I did a V shift and you whiffed the throw, that's an unsuccessful V shift. So you still want that to cost 50%.
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Now, if I V shifted a light and the slowdown comes, you want this to be 25%.
Yeah. You lose 25%. For a successful V shift.
I don't know. Am I the only one who finds this weird?
I'm slightly confused.
I must be the. Hold on, Neon. Did you say no? You said no, didn't you?
Yeah, I did say
Okay, there you go. I mean, listen, Arturo, I love you and all that, but I don't know if you're trying to benefit Dalsim a little bit more.
Yeah, I was thinking about that.
Oh yeah, we all biased out here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That has been the hot topic lately, hasn't it?
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
That's the most outlandish thing I've heard all day. 25% for a bit. No, because that means a lot of setups. Sorry, not even a lot of setups. A lot of
setups will get destroyed.
And no, because one of my concerns with V Shift right now is when you get a successful V Shift, some characters can combo into their V skills. So they are able to build VMIR back, and that kind of reduces the deficit of what meter lost.
That part is true. Maybe make it so you can't build any meter, after successful V shift. That would be nice, right? So like that way you don't get crazy V meter back.
All you have to do is have a conversation with me. That's all you have to do.
The Lord of Persuasion.
That's wild. I've never actually heard that before. But you know what? Neon did bring up Luke before and said Luke is kind of crazy. I know he's on console, and that has its own set of problems because we've all been moving over to PC. But Arturo, let me hear 480 Hertz's opinion on Luke. Is he still a problem?
Yes, of course, yeah. So trouble. Yeah, of course. It's like you still have trouble reacting to things. It's not like you become superhuman. So it's like you still have to deal with the same problems as everybody else. So yeah, Luke is kind of fast. His fireball's kind of fast. Like he has a lot of good setups. He's pretty strong. He's pretty strong overall. The damage is kind of high.
Yeah,
so
dude, his damage is
I'm just wondering, what his weakness is, because he seems to be good at everything.
Well, yeah, there you go. If you're good at everything, you probably don't have a weakness. Right, Olvaha, have you got any more questions? Right, hit them with one final question before the break.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask this. Are you planning to going to Combo Breaker? That's been the topic of the day, I feel like.
Okay, Neon, let's get your opinion on that first. Are you planning to go Combo Breaker at all?
Yeah, I want to go. Combo Breaker's probably my favorite tournament.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Sweet. Arturo, it's probably a silly question, but are you planning to go Combo Breaker as well?
Yeah, I just registered today.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll
awesome.
Hey, fantastic.
Cool. Of course. I love Combo Breaker. It's always been a great tournament.
Seems like a fantastic tournament.
Yeah. I'm usually always in the retro room because I usually get the last time anyway, I was called last minute to bring all my arcade setup. So I was in the arcade room mostly, but I had a blast in there.
Yeah, fantastic.
Combo Breaker is always an amazing experience.
Shout out to Rick.
24-hour setups.
Yeah.
No, okay. See, you brought this up, right? Okay, I'm going to say this quickly before I had the last question. We go to the break. 24-hour setups are dangerous because I remember I went to Brussels Challenge in 2019, I think it was, at the 24-hour setup. I saw two people on one setup. I left the venue at like 1 a.m. I came back at 8 a.m. Those two people were in that same chair. And I said, you didn't leave this room, did you? You didn't brush your teeth. You didn't shower. You're still here. 24-hour setups are fantastic, but please, personal hygiene. Everyone loves games, but come on. Please. Right, one question before we hit the break. I'm going to put you on the spot. Neon, who's the best character in the game right now?
Luke.
Luke? Wow.
Whoa.
That was fresh. Okay. All right, don't worry. Hold that. Arturo, who's the best character in the game right now?
Luke. I agree.
Okay. Everyone said
cool.
Luke. All right. Do you know what? We're going to hold that because I got to cut the conversations and make sure we go to an ad break. So, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first part of the show concluded. We're going to take a short break, 5 minutes or so. And when we come back, we're going to jump straight into the exhibition between Arturo going up against Neon. See you shortly.
Gotta go through the trouble? Fine. Easy mode too much? Here's my special. Sucks to be you. I'm always ready for a fight.
Yo, what's up, guys? Look, I'm sorry. I had too many jokes for my return. The imminent return of your favorite Brit. I narrowed it down to two, and I kind of want to do both of them for my entry here. Because I feel like I would do you all injustice if I did not give you the truth and the beautiful jokes. So the first one, which I then put at second place, was Croydon didn't have internet right now because there is like flooding or something. You know how it is in Croydon. That was my first one. And the second one, which I thought was even better, was they were too afraid to let me and a Dulcim main hang out together for 20 minutes. So they said, you wait until this is over and then you come in, because they were too afraid. Isn't that right, Olvaha? That's what they said.
Yeah, they said that you gotta chain up Veggey, and we can't have him at the same time in the same conversation because that would just lead to violence.
I will say that the second part was partially true. The rest of it was fabricated. Anyway, right? You'll never believe this. Good to have you on the show, Veggey. You'll never believe
Thank
this.
you.
Somebody randomly asked me, what is the best chicken shop in Croydon? I literally default said Ask Veggey. I default said Ask Veggey, and I said, you first should have asked, do I live in Croydon? No, you're asking the wrong person. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we are just about to get this exhibition underway. Do not forget there's a competition happening right now. You have about 2 minutes to go. Capcom Fighters, that is on the Twitch channel. Can you put the link in the stream chat one more time? All you got to do is guess the scoreline of tonight's exhibition. Do you think Arturo's going to win 10-7? Do you think Neon's going to win 10-4? I don't know. Make a prediction. It is going to happen. And our lovely compadre in the back somewhere, the Street Writer, he will be watching and looking at the scoreline, and he's going to be picking a winner at random to get this gaming headset. So you have 2 minutes to go. Make a prediction.
2 minutes.
Get the numbers right. Do not put it in the stream chat because I'm just going to ban you or just ignore it completely. Head on over to the actual tweet with the competition and predict the scoreline there. Now, without further
Jammerz,
ado,
can I answer your question about the chicken shop? Yeah.
go for it,
The
please.
chicken shop. The best chicken shop in Croydon is Chicken Valley Croydon. It's
Okay.
really good, they say. Chicken Valley
Fantastic.
Croydon,
Okay.
followed by Chick and Fish Express Halal, and Select with a K chicken. These are the top 3 chicken shops in Croydon.
Are
Got you,
they
fam. I got you, fam.
are they close to the station? Are they hidden in the back alley? Do I have to open a treasure chest to find them?
They're
What?
actually all kind of close to each other, I see.
Alright.
And they're close to PD Croydon. Roosters PD Croydon.
Okay.
And they're close
anyway,
to Lloyd
Right,
Park.
you lost
Yeah.
me.
Anyway,
you asked me and I answered. I just
while
supply.
Veggey's looking on Google Maps to find us, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in right now, it is the exhibition for
Live.
tonight, courtesy of Veggey for setting this one up. NYC Furby going up against Neon in a first to 10.
Alright.
Colleen, which I've heard is one of his worst matchups, going up against
Yeah.
Dalsim. Now, Arturo, I got a little bit of stats. Obviously, the last time he was on the show, if you're watching him on here the first time, he lost to Zaffarino 10-8 last time. That was between. Whoa! Oh!
Let's
Sorry,
go.
Neon.
Fantastic stuff
Oh,
for this
man.
set, man.
No, Neon read the chat. Neon read the chat. They're like, who's Neon? I'm gonna show you
Oh,
who Neon
man,
is.
that was
And that's how we
brilliant.
start.
All right. Anyway,
what he said.
sorry, that was a great start, by the way. He lost to 10-8
What a
last time
dramatic
to
entrance.
Zaffarino on the show, so he's looking to make a redemption here. He got 7th place at the NLBC 99, so that was the week before this one that just happened. And of course, in the last CPT, he came 3rd. So he's going to be wanting to make a statement here, but it's going to be
Look at
difficult.
this control. He stunned you from full screen? Is that what they call zoning, dude?
That was actually zoning.
That was
What
actually zoning. For once.
Oh, he's going to
Oh! Okay, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Yeah, Neon clearly knows when and where to put out the counter there.
Well, I mean, he has been playing this matchup, or like, again, he's been playing the game for a while, but it's like, again, he wasn't active in the past year and a half, so I'm very surprised. Well, I am surprised, but I'm partially not surprised when people say they don't know who he is, because they only talk about who they see. Neon's a very good player from the US.
He's being grilled on open fire right now.
That V-trigger is so... I think that's really downplayed V-trigger at some point. It's really...
Yeah.
I mean, look at Neon. He was just burned to the ground.
And you can always get, like, you can almost always get 2 in the same round. It's so powerful.
And I think this is where it's actually good for Colleen, because now it's really good for her to space these skills, but she still has to guess on it.
Yeah.
And Furby's just
Has
not
to
deterred
respect
and
that.
just
Yeah.
still presses even after like 2 or 3 very well spaced V skills on block there. Because that's the strength, Jammerz, if you didn't know in this particular matchup. That when you get in, oh no, I wasn't offensive. I wasn't trying to be offensive or anything. Sorry, I'm sorry. Okay, oh wow, that's the strength. If you didn't know, that's the strength. So it's like, yeah, you want to hear it? So it's like you activate V-Trigger 2, and then you have better V skill, which is very big in this match, particularly.
Yo, okay, overclocked versus overcooked. I love that. I love that. Komodo Dragon in
Well-
the chat. Shout outs to you.
Sorry to butt in there, but yeah, I think I've heard this matchup has been pretty difficult for Dalsim over the years. Obviously, with V-Shift, there is a substantial change. We've seen Neon obviously exhibit hard reads already. I don't want him to rely on that too much. I like that he showed it early. I think he needs to mix up a little bit, but let's see how he handles this next game.
Fantastic yoga anvil from Arturo there as well.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Colleen is kind of forced to be random like other characters to beat Dhalsim, because there is actually no way through that without taking some kind of a read, I feel. Maybe just activating the V-trigger and going for those improved V-skills might be a thing. To me, this match looks like, Colleen is Colleen, but Dhalsim is still Dhalsim, even though she has some parries.
Yeah, she still has to respect that standing medium kick from that range, for example.
All right, there we go.
Look at the screen control right now. So perfect from Arturo. Oh, nice V-skill done from Neon.
The thing is, it's going to be all about Neon's timing with the counters and the parries. That's what it's mainly going to be at. When he gets in, I think Colleen is fine, and you've got to be worried about, you know, Arturo's defensive choices. But other than that, it's all about the timing on the parry and the counters. That's the big part. Oh!
Nice V reversal in answer to the V trigger from Arturo there.
You see
Absolutely
Neon
fantastic placement.
having to rely on kind of like commitment, shimmy there for the big damage. I think we will see like the difference between him being here on the PS4 versus if he was fighting.
And you could see that, like how Neon had to respect that float so much. He had to wait for the EX Yoga Gale in the air and also just wait out for possible normals even after the EX Gale.
Yeah, it's looking tricky now, but again, it takes a while to warm up to Dhalsim and understand the style of what you're going. Again, you're looking at one of the best Dhalsim players in the world. I also forgot to mention as well, we are actually streaming this on the Street Fighter V Steam page. Yeah, so like I don't know if anyone's just randomly looking to buy a fighting game and they see this on Street Fighter V Steam page, you're going to see our lovely faces there. So shout out to putting that on the Street Fighter V Steam page.
Shout out to all the Steam viewers.
Oh, he's stunned!
Ooh, already stunned. And it's gonna be a big combo.
The Vish is very much a good tool for Dhalsim, but as you see, there's not that many applications for it against him. So it's like I feel like it's a tool that just gave him something. He didn't really take away anything. And as you see, like he has the V-skill parry. He can use it, but just waiting a bit, changing the timing, and suddenly it just whips. Right? It's not a free get-in like a lot of Dhalsim players try to explain it as. It's definitely something he has to respect, but he can still do this kind of gameplay.
Yeah, but again, what was I saying before? It's all about Arturo's timing. How is Neon going to find that timing?
Exactly.
And it's just been unsuccessful, incredibly unsuccessful at the moment. Is this the power of 480 hertz?
Yeah, exactly. Like he's sitting on that like that throne room of his. Like he's overclocked everything. He's too powerful.
Again.
Actually finds the tech, but that's the thing we saw a lot with Arturo. Remember in the last set is that he actually lets that tech fly quite a bit. So I'm interested in seeing if that's something that Neon can try to find an opening through, or if this is going to be like the thing that goes over and over.
That's like the worst situation is when you have like a ton of gray life. It's a guess between the slide and the instant overhead with the jump back light punch from Dhalsim. That's basically just, you know, throwing a coin at that point.
Well, I mean, like, again, talking about the elephant in the room and discussing the real problems here is he hasn't had a successful combo yet. He hasn't really had a good chance to get in and stay in. And even when he's had the V-trigger to mount that potential comeback, Furby's actually handled it pretty well. He's mitigated the amount of damage he's taken, whether it's grey damage or just chip. And again, we just need to find a way to see if Neon can just get in and stay in comfortably.
Definitely, I don't agree with this calling of this to be one of the hardest matchups. If so, a hard matchup is a 6-4 or a 5-5 or whatever.
He has a pretty good matchup chart in that case.
Alright, gets the jab check again, combos into the flame, gets hit with the icicle stamp, but again, this is no problem for Arturo, and the Yoga Burner disappears. Shift,
Left, right, okay, just taking front, take control. Oh yeah, that's that V-shift. Gets away.
Yeah, the public enemy.
Yeah, but you have to like do a big read with that and just hold the dash and go into the fierce for cross counter if you read that in that situation.
I also noticed that, Neon tried to call for the icicle there, but like it's really tough against Dhalsim because you're almost guaranteed to be in standing medium kick range whenever you want that icicle to land.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, is Arturo's actually been walking into the range to catch the hailstorm to make it less effective, and he's going to get full combo. Is he going to go for the stun? No, it's going to be guess for stun. No V-shift though. He did! Why?
He didn't even catch the V-shift, so unfortunate.
Damn, he did the wrong hail. If he did the other hail, it might have caught it.
Yeah.
Imagine if that only took a quarter.
Yes. I mean, that one would have taken a half, though, in that scenario.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just wanted to say that out loud.
Oh, yeah, you can say that again if you want to. Say it
Back
again.
throw.
Yeah, imagine
Can you get
if that
another
took only a
throw?
quarter.
Yeah, he needs this round here.
One
And he's
more,
gonna-
let's go.
Nah, could it be
Great.
reversal
I love
there?
that.
Nice interruption. Yeah, he knew that he wants the target combo activation there. Oh, there you go.
So Furby a bit, I feel like he was a bit ahead of himself right there, because that is such an activation reaction from Neon at that situation. That's like the only thing he will be looking for. Great stuff from Neon. Showing some sign of life right now. Maybe some adaptations have come.
The thing is, when
This-
you're
this
playing a
area.
zoner, you will get complacent at times. So there will be rounds you're gonna give away because you weren't like wholeheartedly thinking of the situation where you're trying to zone essentially or keep that space, right? So if Neon can just kind of find out how those rounds are working out for him and stick with them, he should be okay.
Yeah. I love how like Arturo is just finding the perfect space and willing to walk forward to
Oh
interrupt the missiles.
what's
Wow,
up?
what an
That was so
anti-parry.
sick.
What's up?
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
talk
did
to me.
the vanity step, got in, and then just canceled, just stopped the whole thinking process and went into the reactional parry to the airflow from
That was badass.
Double Gale.
It's great damage though.
Can't get in. He can't get in.
Yeah, he
Can't move.
He
he's
can't
getting
get in.
zoned out. He's getting zoned out.
He almost had that spear though with the crouching medium punch. That's something he can like confirm or whip punish or
Yeah.
buffer into. But then again,
Almost.
you can see it again that you can definitely press buttons against that V-skill. Just timing, as Jammerz said, just timing. Slight delay, skill whiffs. Slight not delay, might counter hit startup. You know?
Yeah, you have to remember as well. So I think Dalsim's Stand Medium Kick does like 60, 70 damage, but because when the counters, the Frost Touch counter whiffs, it's going to be in a counter hit state, so he gets a little bit more. And when you whiff the V skill, it's going to be regular damage. They are adding up, but again, we just have to keep talking about it. It's the timing, and Arturo has to be a little bit more attentive to that situation because they don't want to do the mindless autopilot block stream. Neon's going to be doing things at the earliest time possible, right?
There is
Big
that.
combo.
Finally, he remembers the text. Yes,
Nice
he knows.
aiming as well. He's stunned. Gonna get maximum damage on you.
He's defend the bar. Okay.
Something to notice with RT,
Oh.
definitely. Yeah, that's a safe jump.
There you go.
But I've never
Very
seen.
nice.
Sorry, Veggey, I've never seen that follow because he whiffed a medium and then he did light parabellum. I usually see people try and time their follow-up to
yeah,
go
yeah.
for the air touch.
Exactly.
I've never seen that.
Oh my
He
god.
parries that chase down beautiful, so he knows he wants to follow after him and do something to stop if he's getting in again with any vanity step, like this one, right? He wants to just stop that. And
Yeah,
so
you
he
can
knows
also
that he will
clearly-
just parry to find and stop that button from coming out. Beautiful counterplay from Neon.
Oh,
Using
that's an
that.
unsafe dive kick. This is big.
Unsafe drill.
Hold on. All right, no, he didn't get a
Tried to
counter hit.
jump
Yeah.
something. Yeah, he did not.
I think he was looking for a counter hit, but he's
Oh,
going to get
there
side
you
swap.
go. The activation. The escape from the corner. Bait for the counter as well.
The vortex. Like,
And the life is even. What?
Oh,
It's just
wow.
my goodness.
spell me, Dawson doesn't have a comeback feature. Please. What are you talking about? Beautiful stuff from Furby, though. But I mean,
Yeah.
every Dawson can press buttons, but it's the timing and the understanding of timing that makes it so different. There's a reason why Furby can be up 4-0 right now against
I
Neon.
see what he's
With
looking
that-
for. Okay, so he's doing crouch fist to catch him in the air and then cancel into the
Yeah.
silver edge, the spear.
I
Okay.
like that.
All right, there is risk involved in what he's doing, but it's minimum reward. But again, it adds up. It's death by 1,000 cuts. He just needs to find that big hit. There you go. That's what he's looking for.
Gonna activate from here.
Oh, nice patience from Art, just waiting it out, not walking backwards, not teching, just complacent with his position.
You know what I think he should do? He's trying to whiff punish a normal. I think he should let one of them whiff and try and dash in afterwards. Yeah, I think he tried it, but it missed.
I mean, Neon is in a very
Got that
tough
solo!
right now.
Oh,
Oh my
why?
god!
And
Wow.
that was like the blind spot for Neon there. Like crouching fierce mist and everything. Like, oh, that's hard to react on the fly.
Oh, he nearly got the
Had
timing. He
timing just
nearly got it.
early, slightly early, so much. And he's gone from that big life lead with Beach.
Oh
Nice
yeah,
deficit,
just
no
getting
weaknesses.
just getting whittled
Crazy.
down here.
He can't throw another counter. He can't do another counter. He can't do another counter.
No.
Are you sure?
Don't do
Are
it.
you sure about
He can't
that?
do it.
Oh no, nothing.
It's not gonna work.
So
Yeah, I don't know. This is looking bleak.
So
Yeah.
tough. Oh yeah. It's so tough. Like you're trying to find that one opening, but Arturo was just mixing up his buttons perfectly there. Standing medium kick, a little float here and there, and like just mixing up his options, staying fresh there in that situation.
I think for me, Obviously, Veggey, you have been playing the character a lot more recently, and you've been playing the character for a little while. I think for me, people need to pay attention to how Neon's playing before his health is below 50% and after it's below 50%. Watch the substantial difference in his mentality when he's trying to get in. No counter hit confirmed.
Convert on the crowd. Are we seeing a little bit of that Menat rush shining right now?
Maybe.
He just keeps rushing it down. Every damage is building up.
Can't even escape the EX fire there.
There we go. He got him.
Nice.
He got him. Can you do that on reaction, Veggey?
I would.
Big damage.
Maybe you could do it with the EX, but to mediums, kind of hard. But you could at least try. You could do it to headbutts, like on the headbutts.
Okay.
With the EX, but the normal ones are a bit slower, so that would be very hard against a fast button like a medium. But maybe a heavy on NYC Furby's own setup.
Do you know what? I actually don't think Arturo's used Stand Fierce in this matchup yet. I don't think he's used it.
Yeah. Or stand roundhouse for that matter either.
Gale.
Just standing medium kick and standing medium punch, honestly.
Oh, that was the
There
best
you
skill
go,
I've
the plus
seen.
frames galore.
They call me Yun.
Damn, and he can't even get a read on where Arturo's gonna
There's
teleport.
that fierce. And that heavy punch. I think like Furby heard us and he said, okay, I'm gonna show you first the heavy kick, and then I'm gonna show you the heavy punch. So tell me I don't use all my buttons.
Oh man.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
dear.
This is a great display of control from like not any Dawson could be this level.
No.
Colleen at 6-0 in first 6 games. There is something very special with the gameplay from Art, which is harder for the people to see because it's like a specialist character. It's even hard sometimes for us to see, except for the timing thing that Jammerz pointed out. So we're kind of clinging to that, but it's hard to see it. But there's definitely something there.
I don't know.
I mean,
go for it.
I was just gonna say, controllers overclocked, monitors overclocked.
I don't know. It's like again, like you're gonna
overcooked.
see as the set has gone on and the scoreline, the deficit increases. You're starting to see more and more of an agitated Neon. At least in the gameplay, anyway. He might be calm in person. That's just his persona to me. But this is getting more and more agitated. So it's going to be easier for Arturo to actually close this out. Believe you me.
And he gets the flows.
The plus frames. Yep, it's Arturo time.
Okay, it's a throw. Okay, he doesn't.
No, he did the wrong one. It's too far. Yeah, no, he did the wrong fist. I don't even think crouch fist would have connected there.
Yeah, I think that was definitely a stand medium punch conversion.
Oh my god, that's it!
Oh,
that's
he finds counter it! Just the Hail Mary! Knows he wants to check it. He knows he wants to check it. So he starts the dash, goes directly into the V skill. Now, this is something you could do to someone who wants to check it. You can't do that to someone without reactions. That was beautiful stuff. That was Furby's monitor working against him at that point, being ready. Other people would have pressed too late and blocked the V skill, but because he had 480Z, and he had that overclock, he could actually lose that round. Let's go.
Oh wait,
man.
no,
Arturo.
don't do that. That's -8. That's -8. Oh no, they're losing it.
Oh, and a 19-0. Yeah, with punish there. Arturo was like, it's treason then.
But I feel like Neon is giving too much gray life away when that V-Trigger is out.
No, but you have to think of it
that
other
much
way,
worse.
right? He's probably in the fight to build his V-Trigger because you build V-meter when you're burning.
I'm gonna take that as a joke. Yeah,
No, you build V-meter while you're burning.
yeah, but of course, but you lose a life.
Nah, the round's gone. I think the round's gone. Unless he makes a
it's gonna
miracle
be-
comeback.
Oh, that's the
my
miracle.
word.
Left, right? Are we gonna see the left,
Nah,
right?
he might do super.
Nah.
He might do super.
Oh, he had the shimmy. He had it.
Did you see that grab range?
Yo, do you know what's crazy? Sometimes I feel when certain players do delay throw and wake up, you're like, you did that there, cuz.
Yes. It almost felt like Neon had decided, no, I'm not gonna go for the shit, I'm gonna go for the throw, and then he got thrown as he walked back in to throw Arturo.
I seen it.
Damn. I feel some of these games, it should Neon should have at least 2 games
my
now.
god. I can't believe he got pushed to the EX Yoga Fire there.
Hold on. Can't get a jump in yet. He's trying to chase him down, but those jump back jabs have been so persistent, and he gets
nice.
another
There you
anti-air counter, another grab. He's going to have to be sneaky and steal some frames. He tried.
Here's that slide
Definitely.
activation. It's going to come, guys. We're closing in on that great damage time. I feel like Neon should just activate Raw.
Nah, he won't do it. Oh, there you go.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Spoken like
Now
a
the
true
question is,
Colleen
does
player.
Furby remember that parry. Can he do a command dash now? Oh, he gets one.
Big. He's still teching.
Tried to sneak in.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, he's still. Yeah, he's a brave man. He just knows. He has super. He could make this work. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, do you know what? Smart choice.
And yeah, the
Smart
sniper
choice
there.
from Furby because he's been blocking it out. He's just been like walking away. I think backdashed at one point as well for a space parabellum. But it's like, look, you're nearly dead. No one ever expects the jump back light punch on a well-spaced move when you're at near death anyway. So again, the scoreline increases. This is getting more and more brutal. And he still continues to pick Colleen. Okay.
Neon, I need you to get 3 games now so I can make a great joke about how this match should be 7-3 in Dolphin's favor. Great start.
And score is 7-3 as well.
Yeah.
This is just so tough to watch, seeing Neon try to work his way in, like with these different kind of approaches. Arturo is just so good at controlling. Oh my goodness.
That call-out was just too sick. That call-out was definitely on purpose because that wait was long into a heavy kick.
Wow.
Powerful.
Do you know what? He saw the stun was high and said, I'll take my risk. I'm 7 games up. You haven't won a game. I will throw out the Hail Mary haphazard sweep. That was it.
Yeah.
And it's probably too far to get another button on there anyway. And Dhalsim's like hurtbox on that sweep is like incredibly
no
low.
conversion, just not ready. But he finds that he knows the tech is coming, gonna punish it properly this time with a commitment shimmy with a heavy kick.
Oh, nice interruption from Arturo. Gets out of the corner to boot as well.
Do you know what I think he has to do? I really think he needs to ignore V-shift and try and punish these delayed techs. Arturo is very good at doing... Oh, sorry, no. Zaffarino was very good at doing that when Arturo played him last time.
Yeah, Zaffarino clocked on to the abundance of tech and really...
Oh, okay, very nice. Drops the combo, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, you can't combo jab into medium punch without a target combo, so that was definitely something fishy. Menat combos, maybe? Oh, looking bleak right now, though. He doesn't want to roll activate. I don't know. The threat when you're in V-trigger, the respect is so much bigger.
Right,
Nice.
He'll do it now. He needs to get the corner. He's been prioritizing the corner too much. Oh man!
And Art took the perfect moment.
He's so
put
good
the
at
perfect
reading the
moment,
situation.
I think Arturo can hear me. I think he can hear me. I think he can hear me.
Yeah.
He
I feel like he has it on. He's like,
dude, a guy who's willing to overclock his controller, he definitely can hear us some way or another.
No, because think about it, right? The time where we're like, right, forget about like trying to chase V-shift, just catch the delayed tech. He tried to catch the delayed tech. Arturo didn't bite. That's it, man. Really mixing up your defensive options and really having a firm understanding of how your opponent wants to play. This is already frustrating for Neon as is. So it's easier for Arturo to get that read, that 100% calculated read on Neon because he's 8 games up.
Yeah, and exactly, like he's 8 game up, so he can definitely mix up his game if he wants to. Like he can definitely take some risks here and there.
Take some, I'll take all of them.
Yeah, exactly.
Neutral.
Neutral? Yeah, there you go. Standing medium kick, baby.
Don't worry,
ooh, the
Arturo.
backdash,
Oh,
the
look
timing
at
on that backdash, that was beautiful. Though.
Yeah, it was good.
I'm not gonna hate on that. That was very nice. The timing on that backdash.
Can't even do it.
And he's so good. He does the crouching medium punch into the V skill 1 as well, just to get the mix-up opportunity and the spacing. Just so good. Look at the control.
Listen, I need that round specifically clipped, and I've got a draft email for Capcom ready and waiting.
Dear Capcom.
I'll be like, look, this is the rough line. This is what it looks like. Okay? This shit didn't help.
Yeah,
make it too
definitely
powerful.
didn't help. Oh, nice. Finds the target combo finally. I think he's kind of lost, as you say, to what to do on the offense. He doesn't really know what to look for.
Oh, that was dirty.
He doesn't feel familiar with Art's kind of defensive style with this shift, I think.
Yeah, I just don't think he's comfortable with it at all. But he got the wrong hail and he's dead with the jumping medium punch to close
I
it
think that
out.
was too far for any hail, actually, at that point.
Guys, I have a prediction. I think Arturo might just take this.
Maybe. I don't know. It's first to 10. It's 9-0 right now.
I mean, if Arturo can make it 9-0, then Neon can make it 9-9. That's just simple maths.
He can. It's
Like,
quick maths.
0 plus 9 is 9, and 0 plus 9 is 9.
Wait, is
and
that
9
okay?
Is that the Croydon
9-9.
maths? Is that the Croydon maths?
That's Croydon math, and also that's a total of 18 games. 9 plus 9.
Oh my goodness, big crush counter.
The thing is,
my
he's got the initial hit and he gets the positioning. It's just like too much of a risk. And then, as Veggey said, he's too frightened to activate raw V trigger and have that extra
That's
threat
very
there.
true. Yeah. Oh, and now the crush counters are landing as well. This is looking really grim for Neon here. Oh my goodness.
Okay, finally. Oh,
Has to get out of the hot zone. Yeah.
There was some real communication between the players in that
no.
exchange just before this.
Oh dear. Oh no.
You don't want this. You don't want this heat.
The scoreline needs to change. It's actually 9. This is match point here for Arturo.
Match point. Let's go. This
Change
now
the
you
score.
turn the gears up. I think you should go
See,
ham now.
I like that the
each
stream
with
team
two
tried to
dashes.
be very considerate of Neon. I like that, but don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh my god. Oh, and the anvil bunts again. I think like the anvil has like a 100% hit.
I need
it
you
has
to, I
hit
need you to
every
go
time.
ham, Neon. I need you to make big reads.
He ain't gonna do it. He's
Oh my
stunned.
god.
That's a wrap.
And he's done.
That's a
It's
wrap.
over.
That's it.
It is all over.
Oh,
Well,
wow. The control from Arturo, though. Not any Dawson can do that. Let's put it that way. That's 35 years in the game. That's 35 years of playing Dawson.
ladies and gentlemen, your winner tonight is the 1080 Hertz overclocked controller at peak performance.
opponent.
One of the best characters in the game. Lord Arturo says his thanks. And I want you to say thanks for the games this time round. I'm going to start normalizing that. Thank you very much for the games. But yes, another 10 on the show. I think that's the 4th one or the 5th one that's happened now. It was brutal from start to finish. Neon did show signs of life. Unfortunately, close but no cigar in a couple of those rounds. I felt 2 or 3 of those games should have been his. Do you know what I do blame, though? I do blame our local resident from Croydon. If he didn't show up, the scoreline probably could have been different.
It probably would have been, to be honest.
You're onto
I mean,
something, Jammerz.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
it can't be the same if I wasn't there.
Look, I'm just speaking aloud. We're going to take another break, and when we come back, we're going to have our guests on the other side, and we're going to chat about what transpired in that set, as well as other things as well. And I should be able to announce the winner of the competition. If I don't, it's because the Street Rider was being lazy. We'll see you in a bit.
Did anyone have Tenzin?
Guess it's time to start warming up.
All right, everybody, and welcome back to tonight's episode of Sets. If you are just joining us, you can treat this as bad news, or you probably couldn't treat this as bad news. I don't know. It's entirely up to you. The set is concluded. Arturo wins it in dominating fashion, and this is probably our fourth or fifth 10-0 in the show's entirety since we've done this back in 2020, I think it was. It might have been. Damn, has it been that long? It's 2021. I can't remember the years. Anyway.
It has to be 2021.
Now,
right?
it's been... We're all back. The gang's back.
It's back together.
The local resident from Croydon decided to pay his bills today, and the internet just happened to turn on. So he's here. Veggey, thank you very much for joining us. You're on commentary, but now I got to let you open the floor with the post-match interview questions. So fire away, please.
First off, I'm very glad I just changed my shirt because I would have had a sweat stain if I didn't. And that wouldn't look good when I was taking my arms up to point at you.
That's nasty.
So, yeah. My question, I was going to ask Sabin first, but right now I think his mic might be muted. So let me go over to Neon and ask Neon the question we're all dying to hear. Neon, is that really a very, very good match for Colleen? Is it?
I mean, I think she has a slight advantage because she has the skill and the counters. I'm just not that great at using them.
Well, I mean, you feel like again. I think the main thing for you we were talking about. I think it was just a timing thing because you like. Listen, let's not forget the first interaction of the entire set. You got a counter. Like he pressed me, you kick, you countered, you got it. But then after that, you're kind of on that all-time high. So I can do this again. But then how many times do you do that and then lose health in the process of doing that? It's a pretty tall order to do, especially with, again, how good Arturo is as a Dhalsim player and how hard that is doing that over the course of a first to 10. So it's good that Veggey brought that up because I heard in the past it was one of Dhalsim's hardest matchups. I don't know if that is still the case regarding this version of the game. Would you say that, or is it still just a slight advantage for Colleen?
Yeah, slight advantage for Colleen. Arturo's just amazing.
Okay, fair.
I really like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I mean, yeah, I'm not the guy to give my opponents praise if they beat me. Only if they lose to me. I like to give praise if I beat them. But yeah, no. Seriousness though, the first 4 parries you did, 2 of them hit and 2 were missed. You definitely had a good timing in the start, but I feel like he, as Jammerz mentioned, he kind of caught onto your timing more. And it felt like you were a bit afraid, or it was hard for you to make good decisions on offense. Was there any particular reason for that, or do you think it just wasn't your day on offense today?
Yeah, I guess just wasn't my day. I'm a little rusty when it comes to Colleen because I've been using Menat so much, but I'm not going to use that as an excuse.
Would Menat do well against Dhalsim, or is that an even worse match? Because since
I think it might be even worse because he can kind of just do whatever. Menat can't really get started like Dhalsim can.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn that. Yeah, honestly, it did look rough. I mean, it went from bad to worse as we were watching this, and I noticed that your gameplay changed from when you had like above 50% HP to below 50% HP. I do kind of agree with Veggey. I felt you should have activated Raw V-Trigger at times just to have a threat. I mean, at one point, I think you took advantage of Arturo's setup because you did the icicle dash into the V skill and you got him. because of his reaction.
Yeah, that was great. That was fantastic.
I think at some point, maybe the throwing the caution to the wind playstyle probably should have come earlier, but I mean,
Right.
maybe, but again, look, I'm a backseat gamer here. I don't play Colleen, I don't play Dalton. I'm just a guy that calls action here, but it just looked completely rough, and I don't know how Colleen really adjusts her game plan when there's such a huge deficit in the gap. I mean, did you feel you had to be more audacious, or did you want to just stick with plan A from start to finish, Neon?
Honestly, my game plan was to press V skill and pray.
But you
But
didn't
as
do
you
that.
can see, it just didn't go very well.
I feel like you got Neon. I feel like you got afraid of that. Like you know, V2 V skills, they're actually mad good. Like they
Right.
push further back or hurtbox something, this or that. And in the start, you were doing that a lot, and he wasn't able to punish you. But I feel like after that, you just stopped. I feel like you just stopped doing these things. It's something just like
Yeah.
happened.
I mean,
Yeah,
Veggey, some
I don't know.
people when they see something and they try it, it doesn't work. I think it's natural to stop doing it. Like,
No,
you
that's
sound so
not the mantra.
surprised.
That's not the mantra. The mantra is, if I got anti-aired 4 times, I'll jump again and win the round from it. That's the mantra.
That's the Street Fighter 5 mantra. If you have a brain,
That's
in
a
that
big
head
body
of yours-
mantra.
That's a big body mantra. That's very true. That's very true.
crazy.
That's
Look,
a
I'm
10
gonna
mantra.
keep doing that till I die,
No,
or
this
I
is
win.
crazy. Right, you know what? I gotta hand over to Arturo. Arturo, first of all, congratulations on winning that. Again, what a turnaround from fighting Zaffarino. What is the perspective on Dawson versus Colleen to you? Be honest with me here.
I think it's I do think it's slightly in favor of Colin, and the reason I say that is because I've been I didn't necessarily practice for the matchup, but I did watch Tori Meshi play Kawano in some long sets
Okay.
on his stream, right? So it gave me some insight into how Colleen can actually give Sim problems in the matchup, right? So like Neon mentioned, like V skill's a factor, of course, right? But Sim can kind of space that out. But again, like I think it showed the difference. I think in this matchup in particular, main difference was probably the delay between console and PC. It's like I'm playing like hyper fast, he's on console, so.
Okay.
humble way
Do
to-
you know
That's a
what? No,
really
but
humble way to take it,
that's kind of conflicting things. I mean, Neon, would you use that as a factor because you've only been on console? You don't have a PC. You stated why you don't have a PC. Knowing the environment that we play SF5 in now, would you say that is a factor to you?
Probably, but I can't say for certain because I would have to experience
Yeah,
the
yeah,
other side for
yeah.
myself.
You'd have to experience it, yeah.
No, because again, I'm pretty sure, Neon, you've heard people say it on their streams, word of mouth in general. The game is smooth and it's completely different on PC. But I feel there are some people that, regardless of what setup they're playing on, it's like, look, there are some things that you can't fault to the respective console that you're playing on. And some people will throw out excuses here and there. But again, I was thinking that, you both would have different opinions regarding that. It could have been a number of things because, again, there were some counters that were successful. There were some parries that were successful, but a lot of them weren't. So maybe the console was the deciding factor. Maybe it wasn't. But again, Arturo, I got to ask you now, because it was 10-0, what did you clock on in regarding Neon's gameplay? What did you figure out to go, oh, this might be, he's not going to change it up here, or it's going to be difficult for him to come back because he can't figure out, my defensive style? You must have figured that out early, what to do to make this completely comfortable for you, right?
Oh, I mean, it's basically just try and get a lead, and I know I'm gonna get parried, but try to stagger my stuff just enough to throw it off a bit, and then when he starts adjusting to that timing, throw it off again, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. And you weren't you weren't afraid of that V trigger at all. What's your philosophy in terms of defending such a powerful V trigger like that? I think more people need to understand that.
I'm scared. I'm scared of the V trigger for sure, but I just try to not be there, I guess. And if she does come forward, because it's hard to react to since it's a dash, I try to do something preemptive.
Okay, fair.
It doesn't always work out, but yeah, that was my mindset.
Fair play. Veggey, you had something you wanted to add to that?
I mean, I just had a funny joke earlier that if you were playing on PlayStation, you would not have been hit by the V trigger dash V skill because even though
Oh,
you
yeah,
reacted,
yeah.
it would come out, right?
No,
So that
I
was
didn't
a
even know.
great.
I didn't even know she could do that until it happened.
Oh,
Oh
really?
yeah, no,
Used to play
she
the
gets
game. I didn't even know she could do dash.
the range extends.
You don't see
like
that very
it goes
often.
further than normal. That's a pretty powerful tool. Trust me.
Yeah, the
So,
crazy
like-
part is, when she does it off the slide, it's still the season 2 frame data. So it's -7 and she's +3 on hit.
Oh,
Yo,
okay. Yeah, I remember when her V
okay.
skill was +3 on a hit normal. That was crazy times, wasn't it? Jesus, this character's definitely gone through the changes. But no, that was pretty interesting as well to hear about that. Because again, Veggey said, look, as a player on reactions, you took advantage of the fact that he can react super fast. That you should probably. That's probably why Veggey wanted you to take a more offensive, kind of haphazard approach. It's like use his reactions against him, but. What you have to remember, Veggey, is like, look at the timings Arturo had. He didn't stay on the ground half the time when he floated. You didn't know if he's going to teleport or he's going to flame. There's a lot of stuff to keep an eye on. And like Neon had some like cool counters and some tech. It just like you weren't able to stay in because of Arturo's defensive reads. Now, was that because you were too busy trying to snuff out V-shift Neon, or like you were just like, okay, I'm just going to keep throwing him until I condition him this way and then change it up afterwards? What was it?
Well, he kept doing the delay jab during my strings after he would block a few buttons. I just wasn't doing anything about it.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
understandable.
like I wasn't able to get in, and the few times I did, I just didn't mix it up offensively at all.
Because it can get overwhelming sometimes when it's like there's someone you're fighting that's hard to break down, and then when you do get in, you're like, I don't know how to play this game anymore. I forgot what to do because
Right.
it was so difficult to get in and stay in. So
Yeah.
it does look pretty difficult. But again, give credit where credit is due. Kudos to Arturo's defensive choices, because I think he pretty much used everything outside of instant air Gale on defense. I think that's right, because Dawson's got like a ton of options to do on defense these days.
Oh, Neon.
Yeah, I was waiting for it, but it never came.
Ah, okay. All right, go
I
for
have
it,
like
Veggey.
a question.
Go for
Since we're in like, remember, Jammerz is our teacher and we're like the students, so I raised my hand. Mr. Jammerz, can I ask a question, please?
You may.
Yes, thank you. Okay, Neon. You know
Yeah,
when you
what's
did standing heavy? Yo, what's up? What's up, bro? You do good? You know when you were doing standing heavy kicks to catch the techs, would that also catch the Gale and of course the backdash?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
the
so it
average
was
looking for.
was that like an intentional thing to catch all of them, including Gale, or was it mostly for the tech?
Mostly for the tag.
Okay.
Okay, fair play. Olvaha, you got any questions you want to ask before I hand it back to Veggey, because he's got an important question.
Yeah. I wanted to ask Neon, like, having had this conversation so far, is there something drastic you would do different next time you would face Arturo? Do you have like a very like already set in motion kind of a thing you would do differently this time?
Wait till after the patch.
That's smart. That's
Yeah.
smart.
Nerf Dawson. No, I'm kidding. Well, I have a few ideas in my head, but like right now, what I'm thinking is I need to go into training mode to see how to deal with V skill 1, because I feel like that gave me a lot of
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah, and we noticed that you had some trouble when Arturo was basically like right on top of you with the V skill 1, for example, and it kind of snuffed out your crouching fierces, for example. Like, yeah.
Yeah, because
seems
it
tough.
doesn't hit right above her head.
Yeah,
There's like
exactly.
kind
It
of
was the
diagonal.
dead zone.
So it's just like,
the blind spot.
Again, this is the spatial awareness and having that situational awareness by Arturo. So, you know, fantastic stuff. As much as I don't like your character floating above my head, so I can't anti it, it's still pretty amazing to see a Dawson master do that and do the business. Right, so, Veggey, you had a very important question you wanted to ask these
Yeah,
guys.
I think it's important because it happens a lot, right?
Go for
and,
it.
And I just want to put a disclaimer out before someone say you're one to talk. Yes, I do complain a lot about characters in my own free time as like a pastime activity, but I never go personal, right? But I notice on Twitter and in stream chats, people take their hate or salt for a character over to something personal, and I feel like, and I wanted to ask if that's something that you've experienced, Arturo, since you're a Dawson main, which is a very heated character. Do you experience a lot of the time if people start going personal?
Nah, for the most part, like, you know, like I think it's all been in good trolling and good fun, you know, like. Or maybe I haven't been paying attention to it. It's like I've kind of largely tuned out of these discussions, as you can see. Like I was all fired up with the Dawson Memorial Service when the game first started.
Oh yeah, you were there.
Since
Don't
then-
worry, I remember.
I remember that clearly.
Yeah, since then, I've kind of been radio silent, just doing my thing.
Listen, and that's how it should be. But we gotta extend that question to Neon. Neon, I mean, in the past couple of years, even probably in the pandemic, has anyone really gone like, you know what? I've said it, not to you, but I've said it about your character. But has anyone gotten personal when it comes to talking about Colleen's strengths and how annoying she can be?
No, not really. Just like Arturo said, just the trolling and stuff, but nothing really personal.
Okay. Because
Do a little bit of trolling.
Veggey, I guess then it's just a case of average players. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm just like too empathic.
I do see it, yeah. No, like I do see it. We just tune it out, I guess. I guess I just tune it out because it's like
Okay, so
people
you
gonna talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like people should like I think we're professionals in what either the commentary or players or whatever, right? Or some streamers or content creators. But it's like this is our field, right? So I think it's fine that people want to discuss characters as long as they keep it in the game. It's fun, it's interesting. I just don't understand that when people start to get like angry, they start being like rude to someone or dislike someone personally because they play a character or have a character opinion that.
Well, I mean, I heard a couple of seagulls talking. I heard Falk carries people. I mean, look, I went to the supermarket and I heard some seagulls talking, arguing over some bread, and one of them just happened to say, "Falk carries people." I don't know. I didn't ask. I just got my food and left. That's it.
Okay, but can I ask you then, Jammerz?
Go for it.
Who do you think it would be harder? Never mind. I'm not gonna do it. Never mind.
Wow.
It's too hard to pose the question because I'm not native speaker of English, only Croydon English, and that's not the same. So. I'm sorry.
I don't know. You don't even know what the best chicken shop is in Croydon. You haven't told me that part yet.
I just told you.
Anyway.
You had to Google Maps
Croydon
that.
is Chicken Valley Croydon. Sorry.
Well done. All right, Olvaha, you got any other questions for the gents before I hit him with a couple of final questions before we go?
Yeah, we've been talking a lot about Dalsim. I wanted to hear both of your opinions on what would be a sensible way to nerf this character. And we could start with Arturo.
You want to start with Arturo? I wanted to start with Neon
Yes.
because Arturo's subjective. I know.
Okay, let's start with
Let's
Neon.
start with Neon first.
I'd probably say give Gale a height restriction.
Oh, okay.
I think that'd be fair.
I'm on board with that. Would you? So if they change the height restriction, would you change? I think the frame advantage would change depending on the height, but would you change that substantially, or it's just like you want a better height restriction for people to deal with it easier? Is that what you mean?
Yeah, because right now I feel like his offense is really strong, and he's also really strong at zoning. So maybe take one away.
Okay. Arturo, how do you feel about changing the height restriction on instant air Gale?
That would be a crazy nerf because then it would go from +2 to like maybe what 0, -1. What would be the point, in my opinion? But
Okay.
yeah, that'll be. I think a reasonable change would be though, like said this a couple of times, is make it so you can V shift a lot more of his moves. Like Drill can't really V shift it. Gale, it's a very inconsistent punish if you V shift it. Right. Whereas like with the latest V shift changes, everybody got clipped, right? Like in the latest V shift changes, because now you can V shift Cammy's dive kick, you can V shift Yuri's knee drop, things like that. So just putting Sim in line with V shift punishes versus the rest of the cast, I think would help. Would be
Okay,
fair.
I think maybe in my head, if I'm reading like patch notes for that would be adding additional recovery frames to the dive kick. But because you've got 3 different versions,
Yeah.
and you guys spaced them well enough, I don't know, because V shifting that does V shift leave the opponent close enough to even like get a button?
Not really.
Yeah,
Not
so
really,
I
yeah.
think there's a couple of things to change around that.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
like a very weird one. Interesting that you bring it up. Again, look, Dawson's got one of the best dive kicks in the game, period.
Definitely.
But that's going to be a very interesting one to try and change and circumvent. So maybe it might happen, it might not. But Veggey, you put your hand up.
Can I come with my ideas? They're
Go-
really good.
Go for it,
You wanna hear them?
please. Not really, but go for it. Go on.
Are you okay? You ready? Crouch mini kick does not combo to normal fire, flame. You have to use EX bar.
Wait, crouch medium kick or back medium kick?
No, crouch medium kick.
You mean down back medium kick?
Yeah, the low.
Yeah, the
Down back medium
yeah.
kick.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
down back
Oh,
medium
yeah.
kick.
Only
Okay.
combos to EX. Gale -2 on block. V-trigger 1 3 bars. EX fireball mad fast. That's good.
Oh,
character
okay, I see
consistency.
what you mean. Okay, yeah, okay. I see
Yeah.
what you mean.
Or it dissipates, maybe.
It is-
I don't know.
Yeah, or that. Yeah,
so
like
what-
Bison's used.
Oh, it's an EX.
Yeah.
It's an EX move. That's one
This
of the best
character would
V
still
triggers in
be
the
good,
game.
right?
Yeah,
Make
Sim,
it-
Sim,
make
Sim
it
can
so
only
that
combo.
when you-
Sim can only combo off down back medium kick into jab flame. By the way, he can't combo it into medium flame, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it so that when he teleports, he just never comes back. And it says, you win.
Sorry.
Sounds good, dude.
Oh, that's brilliant.
sounds good,
I mean,
man.
that's probably the best shit. He just teleports, just never comes back. Might win matches via timeout because he's just not there. I wouldn't mind losing by that. I'm telling you. But yeah, this is crazy, right? So I gotta hit you guys with. Oh, sorry. Before I hit you with these final questions, Neon. Overall, do you think Colleen is a top 5 character or a top 10 character in this version of the game, in your opinion?
I'd say top 10.
Okay, I can see that. Well, why would you say she doesn't? Okay, who would your top 5 in Street Fighter 5 be?
Ooh, top 5. Okay, I guess in no order. Cammy, Luke, Akuma.
Wait, did you say Akuma?
That's 3.
Akuma?
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what?
Wow,
Have you played the game the last
Interesting.
year?
he said Akuma.
No, I'm kidding. Rashid.
That's fair. That's fair.
I love you.
My man said Akuma.
Damn.
I don't know who I'd put up as my 5th. Maybe Guile. I
What?
don't know.
Not Urian?
Guile?
No.
Not Dalsum?
Oh yeah, Dolphin.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah, almost forgot.
Damn, that's wild. Okay, nah, that's
Do you
interesting.
think actually Colleen is top 10 though? I think she loses to too many fireball characters.
No, I still
Yeah, she definitely can't
hold
win
her.
alone.
I still regard her like I hold her in high regards. I still think she's a top 10 character.
Yeah, I think she's really strong still.
Could be.
That's
I
really
mean, Neon, please, you're about to say something before I interrupted there. Sorry. Continue.
I don't remember what I was gonna say.
You said she can't win alone.
Oh yeah, she can't do it alone. Like, definitely need a secondary for fireballs.
Yeah, and that's not a top 10 character. If you need a secondary for fireballs when there's that many fireballs. Sorry, I'm actually a Colleen player now, so I gotta downplay her a bit.
Go for it. No one listened to your opinion anyway. All right. Now, I got to hit these guys with the final question. So, there is an upcoming patch in March. Obviously, Olvaha alluded to it before we went to the break for the exhibition before.
Yes, indeed.
But I want to talk about overall, in general. If there was one thing you could change, or if there's one thing you're looking forward to, hopefully that will be changed in the game. It could be something regarding a specific character. It could be something regarding V-Shift again, something different. Arturo, what would it be? Anything that comes to mind? A buff, a nerf, or you just throwing caution to the wind and just gonna go with whatever comes?
I mean, at this point, you know, it's been a long road. You know, like I've been playing Street Fighter games long enough. You know, I just let the chips fall as they may at this point. You know, I trust in Capcom's development team, especially after season 5. They've done a great job. So, you know, I'm just throwing all caution to the wind and let the chips fall as they may. I think the game's in a pretty good place. Like characters should have dumb stuff, and like we've even seen that even the low tier characters can compete.
Okay, I like that. So you're not gonna get upset if there's 4 pages of nerfs for Dawson. You're not gonna get upset?
Of course I'll be upset, but
Pinky promise?
Yeah, of course I'll be upset.
I gotta get you to say this on camera now so I can clip it later and then come back for you.
Yeah, of course I'll be upset.
Don't worry, Arthur. I'll still say Dawson is top.
All
top
right.
10, don't worry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Yeah. I got you.
Neon, what about you? Is there anything that you're hoping for in this upcoming patch, or similar to Arturo, you just kind of just gonna go throw caution to the wind and just go with whatever comes through and just work with it from there?
No, absolutely not. I think they should nerf. I mean, not nerf. Buff Colleen, or not Colleen. Menat's V-trigger 1 back to 2 bars instead of 3.
What?
Damn.
Come on.
He's
Come
asking
on,
for that.
man.
No, can't do that. Can't
You
have
mean that 4-bar V-trigger? That's 3 bars?
Yeah, that full bar. Yeah.
No, the 1 bar that should be 2.
I mean, Dan's got a 1 bar. There's a possibility. Dan's got 1 bar.
Like Dan.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I'll say buff Falk. Like she still needs some buffs.
Nah, dude,
right?
that air fireball's down.
Well,
Four Pills is the only one. Four Pills is the only one.
Maybe,
That's like
maybe.
showing
Wow.
how good she is.
Do you know what? Let me quickly ask before I move on to the next final question. Let me quickly ask Neon, why haven't you tried have you tried Luke, Poison, Falk at all? I think there's be characters for you.
I tried Poison when she first came out because I played her in Street Fighter 4, but she was so different. I was like, I don't like it.
Okay. And what about Luke? You hate him so much. I think you should play him.
Yeah, you're right. I might try him out, but I don't know. He's just not my kind of character.
Okay, fair play. Arturo, have you dabbled with Luke at all? Or you just been worried about how to fight him?
So I dabbled in Luke a little bit just to learn how to fight him, and just see how hard his combos are, how hard his strings are. It's mostly just to learn how to fight him, not actually playing him. But yeah, he's scary.
Okay.
Luke is definitely the future of Street Fighter.
Well, yeah, he is. And boy,
Yeah.
that's going to be a bleak future if that damage continues to stay high. So, it's gonna be, I'm just going to say it now. That damage remains high. It's going to be a bleak future for all of us. I'm going to be glad to stick a commentator in this area. But, right, my final question to you two. Obviously, the Capcom USA Twitter account, they put out a tweet with a countdown. What do you think the announcement's going to be? Arturo, let me hear it from you. Any hopes?
I think they'll announce something fighting game related for sure. I don't know what yet. I don't expect them to just drop I expect them to announce Street Fighter 6, but not show any gameplay yet. I think this game is gonna go on for another season because I don't think the game is ready yet.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think they're gonna announce. So to summarize, Street Fighter 6. They're gonna have another season of Street Fighter 5, season 5. More CPT. They might transition mid-season. They might not. Who knows?
Okay, we'll see. Neil, what about you? Have you got any hopes for this weekend regarding that announcement? Anything you'd like to see announced?
Me just being hopeful. Street Fighter 6 hopefully gets teased or something.
Okay, interesting. Now, because you brought on the topic of Street Fighter 6, Arturo, what character would you want to see in Street Fighter 6?
Well, of course, I'd love to see my main Dawson back. Some people petitioning for him to be deleted from the franchise, but he's the original 8, so I have faith that Capcom will put him in there. What I would like to see character-wise, I would like to see more crossovers. I think adding Akira, and Rival Schools lore was really good for the game, right? Maybe some of the Street Fighter 1 characters that people forgot about, like Veggey and stuff.
Oh. Okay.
Just to remind the new generation about the lore. I think that'd be cool.
Okay.
Yeah. So more older characters, more crossover characters from other franchises.
Cool. No, I think crossover characters and whatnot should be the future of fighting games anyway. I think it bring more attraction in general. But Neon, what about you? What character would you like to see in Street Fighter 6 or the next Street Fighter game, whatever that is?
Any of my girls really. So Menat, Colleen, Rose, either one of them.
Okay, fair. I like that. Now, gentlemen, have you got any final questions for these two before we let them go?
Can I ask
Go for it.
something? Yeah. This one for the thing you asked. I just want to know, wouldn't it be cool if it was the main cast from Street Fighter 1 and the main cast from Street Fighter 2?
What, for the next Street Fighter game?
For the next Street Fighter, as the release roster. Wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah,
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I never
I'm
played
always
Street
down.
Fighter 1.
Yeah, neither did
Doesn't
I.
matter.
I wasn't born.
But who cares if you played it? It's it is Street Fighter 1. You want the original character. Look how fun that would be. You would watch YouTube to see how Street Fighter 1 played, the character, how they looked, and you could just imagine how they would play in Street Fighter 6 or the next Street Fighter, and you could be really curious and full of adventure and life and happiness.
Why do you sound like a fairy tale I never read when I was younger?
You should have read that fairy tale.
He's on that copium.
I don't know what you call it at this point. I don't know what these generation kids are calling it at this point. But he is definitely happy about something. But that is, that'd be pretty interesting. But yes.
Teacher.
Oh, what? You got one more thing? One more thing?
Teacher, I had a question.
Go for it. Last one.
We asked Neon for the top 5 characters, but we didn't hear Arturo's top 5.
How rude of me. I apologize.
Yeah,
So I want to hear that.
Arturo, what's your top 5 in the game?
Oh, so I'll just say I put Dalton out of the top 5. I probably put him 6th or something, 6th or 7th.
Okay,
so,
that's nice. Very
yeah.
convenient.
So just to let you know, right? so I would put I would put Cammy, Urian, Luke, Colleen, Boxer, maybe.
I like that.
Maybe interchangeable with Poison as my top 5 personally. Yeah, like maybe Dhalsim 6 or 7. Like somewhere in there, in there would be Rashid and
Maybe
Karen.
top 15.
I mean, at least top 25, right?
So all the characters I named, like I personally think have good matchups against him, in my opinion. So that's why I don't have him in top 5. He's good, but like there's still characters that are better than him.
Okay.
Right.
And I
There's
feel
always a bigger fish.
there's
Yeah.
always a bigger fish. And on that note, I think we have to conclude tonight because we've just about run out of time. So, gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in the exhibition and featuring on the show. On the screen right now, you can see their respective Twitters and their Twitch accounts there. And Arturo, he is involved in a lot of things regarding Twitch, so do give him a follow and then ask him where you can pick up your own 480 hertz monitor. What you can do, if you do follow Neon, you can actually donate to the Neon Get a PC Fund. How about that? Neon, how about if the community paid for your PC? Would you take that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's start that.
I think
Sure, why not?
I think we should try and do that.
Started.
Listen, they'll go and do that. But yes, there are their respective social media outlets on the screen as well. Neon, have you got any final words for the people before we let you go?
Sorry to everyone who didn't guess 10-0 on the headset score. I really want to know who won that.
Oh, okay. Arturo, have you got any final words before we let you go?
No. Oh yeah, just want to shout out my sponsor, Beast Coast. Shit to them for supporting me the whole time during this pandemic. You know, I'm looking forward to offline events returning. You know, I just want to shout out my local venues as well. Next Level, of course, in Brooklyn, New York. They're having their offline on Wednesdays back. So I hope the community shows up.
Hey.
And a special shout out to Arcade Brooklyn, who's always been holding it down with the retro. Shout out to Esteban, Cruz, Beast, and the whole retro squad, Retro RGB, all those guys.
Damn.
And shout out to Spooky as well, of course, for supporting me.
All right,
Awesome.
perfect.
Oh.
Right.
Give
The
Spooky
legend.
our best. Give Spooky our best.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course. For
the
sure.
legend.
Putting in a lot of work there. Now, gentlemen, we have to close out the show. So when you guys are ready, you guys can leave the Discord call, and I'll drop you both a message thanking you guys once again later. So much appreciated for both of you coming on the show and having a talk with us.
Yeah,
It was
thank
great
you so
talking
much.
to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Yep.
you.
I love
Remember,
you both.
guys,
Thank you.
Yeah.
optimize your setups.
Yeah.
Optimize
Bye,
your
guys.
You can get
Awesome.
VT2-V skills.
Yeah.
It was great talking to you guys.
You've had your chance. Stop it now. All right. So, yeah, unfortunate scoreline, but it was great to have them on because, like I said, I
mean,
personally
fortunate
haven't.
for the patch.
Fortunate for the patch. Unfortunate for Neon because look, no one likes.
Thank
to
you,
get
Neon,
10-0.
for taking one for the team.
Well,
Right, Jammerz?
yeah.
Am I
Yes.
right, Jammerz?
Yes.
Am I correct, Olvaha?
Yeah,
took
I think
one-
you might be onto something here.
He took one for the team. But again, nobody
Like
likes
a
to get
deal.
10-0'd regardless of the circumstances. But it was great talking to Neon because I haven't spoken to him personally. We have been in the same vicinity, but I never spoke to him personally. So it's good to get to know a little bit more about his opinions on the game and him expressing his disdain and affectionness for Dhalsim and whatnot in general. But yeah, I mean, overall, I got to thank you, Veggey, as well, because you got both of these guys on board to come and feature on this show. Definitely to get more of your recommendations. Again, we can never predict a 10-0. We can never predict that. We get two players.
I would never predict that.
No,
in
we
this.
never predict that.
No.
We never predict that. But what I do have to say is now I have to get my phone and I have to read out the winner of tonight's thing. So I'm going to read this word for word.
Chicken dinner.
Right,
That
so
chicken- sorry.
the street writer told me, he said 3 people guessed the right score, which was 10-0, and he's randomized it, and the winner of the EPOS gaming headset, which you can see on your screen right now, is a person known as GBGR. That must be your sponsor. That's definitely not your bank account. GBGR Jun. I believe his Twitter handle is @JunDLTA. That sounds like a flight airline. JunDLTA. That is the person that has won the EPOS headset for tonight. So what is going to happen? Please keep an eye on your Twitter account and you will get a message from Capcom Fighters Twitter account asking you for the necessary details so they can send over your EPOS gaming headset. If he is watching the stream or he's followed somewhere on the social media platforms, please keep an eye on that. But yeah, I've read that right. June DLTA. Okay, I'm gonna leave that in the Street Writer's hands because he deals with the competitions, not me. I read them out. People throw the tomatoes at me, but you should be throwing tomatoes at him. But you can't see him. You're gonna see me. Anyway, you want to say something? What do you want to say?
Okay, you know when you win like a competition which was free for all, in these games they always do that chicken dinner. But we had a perfect opportunity to like take something from the start of the show and use it at the end. We could have said, "Winner, winner, Croydon chicken dinner." How good would that be? How good would that be?
You weren't here at the start, so that lost its value
I mean,
immediately.
from the middle then.
Can't do it from
That's
the
true.
middle.
That's a good point. But the middle then.
I'm sorry.
That's a very
we
good
can't
point.
all be famous like you. We're trying. Me and Olvaha are trying.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't all be famous like you. We're not all busy.
Yeah.
You know. I'm trying to put chicken on the table. What are you doing? You're just
Same.
flashing in front of the camera, getting makeup on your face.
Powder your nose, like.
That's how it goes. Right. Anyway, we got to do a couple of last things before we go. Do not forget, this weekend or this Thursday, from Thursday through to Sunday, it will be the CPT 2021 season final. Keep an eye out for this. February 17th will be the no neutral 5v5, and from the February 18th to the 20th, it will be exhibitions for all the players that won or came second place in their respective online CPTs for exhibitions. Roll on over to the schedule or this is the no neutral 5v5 exhibition. Apparently, word from the man himself, Brian F. The teams have not been picked yet. It is going to be a live draft like they do in the NBA before the new season. I think that's how they do it. So keep an eye on that because that's probably going to be the most interesting parts, what teams they're going to pick. But these are the names that are going to be involved in the no neutral 5v5 exhibition. Shine, Chris CCH, Rob TV, Idom, NYC Furby, which you saw today win in a dominating fashion. Smug, Punk, Brian F, Nephew, and Just a Kid. Do not miss that. It will be happening on Thursday. And of course, the schedule for the exhibitions for the season final for 2021-2022 season. This is how it's going to pan out. You are going to get 6 exhibition matches on day 1, and you're going to get 7 exhibition matches on day 2 and day 3. Stick around for all of them. If you can't watch them because they're going to be on different time zones or whatnot, then catch the archives on the YouTube channel there. Street Fighter League is still there. I believe all the episodes and whatnot should be up to date. There have been no announcements or whatnot, but yes. Make sure you follow Capcom Fighters on their following social media outlets. The Facebook, the YouTube, just type in Capcom Fighters on the YouTube channel, and the Twitch channel, which we're on right now, twitch.tv/Capcom Fighters. Don't worry about every Thursday because all of the episodes are uploaded. And you can go and catch Street Fighter Japan, Street Fighter League Japan on there as well. That had a very interesting finale too, which everyone was buzzing about and talking about there. But essentially, that is it. We took a week off. We're back. We come back with a bang. Well, Arturo wanted to put a statement out there because he didn't do as well as he wanted to last time, losing to Zaffarino. But boy, what a statement it was, winning 10-0 today. We're going to be back on Mondays this time round. It was a special. People were celebrating Valentine's Day yesterday, and the stream team especially as well. They got partners. They got to spend time with their loved ones. But we'll be back next week with Monday. Now, before I close out this show, final words, please. What do you want to say?
Well, you can go first. I don't have much. I have one thing.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that remember to overcook your opponents. Remember to overclock your controllers. And be nice. The patch is just around the door. So be nice. And yeah, I think that's the message of the day from me.
That sounds like a tired man. That definitely sounds like a tired man.
Okay, I'm ready. Are you guys ready?
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay, what did I tell you at the beginning of this year, as we say in Croydon? I said, first off, I said that I'm your favorite Brit, which I have proven many times that I am your favorite Brit. Jammerz number 2, Olvaha number 3, could be debated for number 2, we'll see. And I also told you about Dalsim, and you all laughed at me. Who's laughing now? Not me, because I have to play against Dalsim. So I'm sorry about that. You could take the Croydon out of Veggey, but you can't take Veggey out of Croydon? No, that was wrong. Nah, it doesn't matter. Give it to Jammerz. Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we will love you and leave you. Make sure you join us next Monday for another week of sets where we'll talk about things after the Capcom finals have concluded. Stay safe. Keep an eye out for that countdown. We might be transported to the year 2045, where it could be Street Fighter 12. See you next week. Take care.
You go fight!